You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast. Braved the elements, battled fucking the worst car parking in history, and you know what? That's a massive... Jesus, Dave, Fliner. That's a massive exaggeration. But does anything get the blood boiling? It's like traffic and not being able to find parking, I feel. It just...
Well, parking. It's parking, I think. Parking.
Well, traffic as well, but parking then just got my blood fucking... Do you know what
so the difference is, though, this is the difference. Like, traffic just delays you. Parking can change all your fucking plans. If you can't get a fucking park, you go, I can't even. I'm going to go do something else.
Traffic, well, look, traffic can as well. Like, if traffic's bad enough and you have plans, those plans need to be cancelled as a result of the traffic.
Never. I've never had that. I've never had to cancel plans because of traffic.
Well,
I just get there late.
What if you're like, yeah, exactly, but what if your plan's for dinner at 7 and you're not there till fucking 10? Then plans have changed.
Nah, that never happens. Whereas the amount of times I've gone to go to the beach, can't get a park, I go, we're not going.
Oh,
Going
really?
home.
You just go, we're going home.
Fucking oath I do. Can't get a park.
That's why living in Bondi was so good. That was never an issue.
To the point where I'm like, I'm not going to the beach on the weekends. Like, unless you pick a beach that you know will be favourable, or you're up at first light.
Yeah, if you've got kids, you'll make it to the beach. You get there early, you Kojak a car park.
Otherwise, in 40-degree heat, 35-degree heat, I'm not fucking driving around looking for a park.
And then you got to park fucking months and miles and miles and days and
You can
days
luck
and weeks and
out.
months away from
You
the
can
beach.
luck out. You can get a bit of fucking luck and be on your side.
A Rockstar car park.
You can get a Rockstar car park.
Have you got the...
Rockstar car parks exist. They're a thing.
Do you know that the trick, they like to fucking channel the spirits of the gods to try and like get yourself a park when you're looking, you open and close the glove box.
Heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
It works more than I care to fucking acknowledge. I didn't do it then.
I don't use it enough. Is it like a White Rabbit sort of operation when you want to get
White Rabbit is the biggest wool pull of all time. Now, I don't know what it is, but I attract smoke around bushfires. And White Rabbit is bullshit. I don't know if White Rabbit even makes it fucking come to you more.
Yeah, I don't think it works. I'm not a big believer in White Rabbit.
No, but I'm a glove box man.
But you're a glove box man.
I didn't then though. I forgot, and so I just took someone's car park, and I'm
supposedly. I heard that you're better off just sitting in one spot, picking a spot you'll sit, and then just waiting. Like in a car park, apparently instead of driving around looking for one, just sit and wait, and someone will walk out.
But there's nowhere to sit, so you basically just have to block the fucking.
Well, no, it obviously depends. But if there's sort of two lanes of traffic going up one thing, you can just sit with your hazards on. People go around you.
But you're a piece of shit for doing that.
If there's room, it's fine. If there's room.
If there's room. If there's room.
Like if you can go around you.
Yeah, I know, but that's still, you're just sort of slowing down the whole process so you can just sit and wait. Like whilst that may be the most effective way to do it, that's not the way the system works. And so by doing that, it's like when some motherfucker, that guy chucks the Yui and steals my car park. It's like, sure, you can do that, but that's not how the system works. And that makes you a bad person. And it shows you as when there's no like immediate interpersonal, like if the world started to fall apart, that sort of a person is the first one to turn on you.
Someone stealing your park off the back of an illegal Yui is not the same thing as sitting with your hazards on.
I think that
no way.
What I'm saying is, it's not the same thing, but it is the abandoning of the process, which we have come to accept as. What if every piece of shit was just propped with their hazards on, waiting for a car? It'd be a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, it's a good point. You can't all.
That's what I mean. Can only you do it? Yes.
Well. You know,
I don't know. It could become just some real orderly line where the fun person just takes whoever's first.
Like a surfing lineup.
But do we ever trust society to be that
No,
civilized?
never ever. Never ever.
It's relatively civilized.
Only if you're the only person doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which isn't going to be the case.
There's always someone breaking the rules. Good point.
Yeah. All I was saying though about, shout out to again Steeden for the Hello Sport Ball. I'm playing with you. Pumped it up finally.
Ripper. All you're saying was what?
that like if you're the sort of person who does the U-turn into a car park, then
Yep.
you're also the sort of person that if the world, like if we hit an apocalypse, you'd be the first person I'd probably shoot because you can't be trusted. Like your mindset is just
Well,
you. It's you and you alone.
yes, they'd be very selfish.
Yeah.
And in an apocalyptic setting, they'll probably only get it more selfish. I
Yes.
think they're likely to get more selfish than less.
Correct. So you have to shoot them. But maybe that's how you survive in an apocalypse is being as selfish as possible. Like, is it working together? To a degree, yes. But does selfishness maybe afford... Like, you can't be completely utopian.
I think that the working together thing would be rarer than you think. Like, look at the fucking shit fight that we ran into during COVID when people just like lost their minds and started fucking hoarding like 50 packs of toilet paper
I
and
know.
shit. Like,
But those people... The thing is that...
like we only ran out of shit because people took more than they needed.
I know, and
Almost as if the shops would never be open again.
I wonder whether that was reflective of a really selfish minority as opposed to the majority of people who just go, well, I don't shit that often, so I'll just take what I need. As opposed to the selfish minority who had fuckloads of toilet paper.
I think it exasperates on itself. So like I think there's people that get in there and take a fit like more than they should.
And then,
Then maybe other people see them taking more than they should, so they're like, "Fuck, maybe I got to take more than I should." And then there's less than people to go around, and then people are like, "Well, there's not much now, so I've got to take what's left."
The people who took shitloads of toilet paper or anything for that matter, food's a little different, but actually it's not really because it's not like the fucking world was falling in, even though it felt like it. But the people who took more than they needed should really have to, and like would start punching on in the fucking Woolworths and stuff. They should be made to answer for their behavior,
Crimes.
or for their crimes. Like, I'm not saying you got to go to prison, but you need to be like sat in front of the entire nation and be made to explain why you think that that's cool. Because it was kind of like publicly stealing off the other people, off the rest of your
but
society.
people run on emotion, dude. People aren't running that way. People are like, it's fucking fight or flight shit. I reckon. Like, people aren't like making this active decision to be like, oh, fuck everyone else. I don't
You are
think.
when you're taking fucking heaps of toilet
They're not
paper.
thinking about it that way. They're like, I need this for me. That's it. People just go inward as fuck.
Right. So that's something that's like that you.
But that's
answer
how
for.
they would just explain it. That's exactly how they'd explain it. They go, I thought I needed it. I thought there wouldn't be any
Toilet paper?
less. Do you know what I mean?
You can't hop in a shower and rinse some of it off. If you've
Yeah, but you're being too rational now. I'm explaining what these people clearly did. Like, I don't. You're implying that like fuck you, everyone else. I don't think it's that.
I think there
it's
has
less
to be
than-
an element of that.
I think
though.
it's less that than you think. I think it's more. I'm looking after numero uno than fuck you.
Yeah, I'm with Eddie.
Because
I think-
fuck you's like not many people are as sadistic as that.
no.
I think
That's
they
like
just-
that's like I want to see the world burn shit.
they just don't even think about other people.
No,
Like, It
exactly.
doesn't cross their
Which
mind.
is in itself selfish, but not
But
sadistic.
it's not like
they-
premeditated. It's just
No,
like,
no, no.
I'm a
Because that's
fucking-
like then that's like evil.
yeah.
Yeah, they're not even self-aware enough to be like, fuck these guys. They're
Which
just
is
like,
crazy to
Yeah.
me. Like to not even be self-aware enough to realize that you're like, and then when you'd see someone be like, "Yo, there's no more toilet paper left. Like you've got fucking 50. Can I have some?" And they'd be like, "Fuck off."
They'll be like, no way, bro. No way. People aren't very self-aware. People are less self-aware, as evidenced by the fact that we were running out of shit constantly. You couldn't get dunny paper for weeks.
No, that was weird. That was weird. And there were times when you were like, "Oh shit, dude, we're running low. Like we're running low on toilet paper. Wonder if there'll be any there." And I was never concerned in the
You'd
sense
have to be
that-
there at first light.
Yeah. But that was also the problem as well. They had to put on special fucking
Hours for old people.
for old people. Like that's the thing though. When you have to
I
start
forgot
doing
about
that
that.
shit, like how don't people like when they're speaking about it in the news about how there's this stuff's going on? Do those that are doing this, that are perpetrating this, not realize that they're the ones that are the problem? Or are they thinking, well, fuck, I have to if everyone else is doing it? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I get it.
are they self-aware enough to realize that they are causing the problem, or are they reacting to the problem?
But then it might even be more subtle than that as well. Like every time people go to the shopping centre, they wouldn't buy more than one large packet. People might have gone from 1 to 2. And that's enough to
And
like
that's enough to
compound.
throw out the
Yeah,
fucking-
that would be enough, I think, to throw out the numbers.
Yeah, maybe that's true. Well, that's
Interesting.
definitely true.
Very interesting.
Very
stuff,
interesting.
though.
Anyway, welcome back to the Thursday pod,
Welcome back.
home of fucking.
If you took so much toilet paper that you still haven't had to go back to the fucking shitter,
You're a piece of
you're
shit.
a fucking shame on you.
People would also do it with hand sanitizer, where like guys were stockpiling it and then trying to sell it to fucking.
Can I ask you this on hand sanitizer?
You can. I did sell it for a hot minute.
Have you incorporated it into your life?
No, it's done.
People made out like we'd be hand sanitizing for the rest of our days.
Because it was seen as the front defense against COVID, whereas now it actually doesn't fucking do shit.
But I mean more from the perspective of people were like, this is just a healthier way to go about your business. It'll
Yeah.
become routine.
Maybe I do I definitely do more. It's certainly around more. I don't know if that's because I've also got babies though as well, where like germ city. So that we've got like some antibacterial spray that we use. Sanitizer gel, I don't fucking do. And there's like foams, but like I wouldn't use that unless I have to. Unless someone's like, you've got to fucking sanitize. Like when we went to the doctors the other day for Zoe, it was like, you got to sanitize to come in. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. But the expectation that the new world was going to just be everyone had the sanitizer next to the soap on the fucking kitchen bench or whatever.
Yeah, you'd sanitize into every store you went into.
Yeah. People want to get back to like being normal, I think, as quick as possible. Masks are that thing, are what?
Masks piss me off.
Same.
I hate wearing masks.
I'm fucking over masks now. And I'm not saying that like I don't know whether I should be or shouldn't be, but I'm like 200 cases. We're all fucking double vaxxed.
Well, I don't think we need to wear them anymore. Dior will look it up for us.
Is that a rule though? Are we off masks? Because I went
think
into
we're done
fucking
with masks.
Dude, there were still cunts wearing them everywhere.
Yeah,
Nah,
people
I-
wear them, but I don't know if you have to.
No, I think we still have to, dude.
I think you still do in like indoor settings and stuff. Hang on. I'm just
Didn't
about-
they fast forward those December rules?
Nah, so the updated rules as of 5 days ago, I think this was posted, was all people in New South Wales over the age of 12 have to wear a face mask when in an indoor area of a premises other than a place of residence, in an indoor area on common property for residential premises, public transport, vehicle use for public transport, working in a hospitality venue and dealing directly with members of the public, domestic commercial aircraft.
When do we
so
have to
it's,
stop wearing them?
I think 90%.
We've hit 90.
We've hit 90,
hit
so it's
90.
not that.
Yeah, we've hit 90
did
second
we hit
dose
90?
a couple
Like
of days
2
ago.
days ago?
But like, there is a real lack of logic around the mask mandates in terms of like, don't have to wear them while you're sitting down, have to wear them while you're standing up. Fucking.
I tell you what was just complete and utter bullshit when we opened at 80%. You'd have to wear one to go and get a beer, but you didn't have to wear one sitting down.
But that's what I mean.
What
though,
the
right?
fuck are you
that's,
talking
That's
about?
complete bullshit. Like that is dumb. And the fact that it's like people are just.
They also don't work.
No, they don't. They apparently, the best chance that you have with a mask, and this is even when I was legit selling fucking masks and sanitizers during last year. Like I was in the fucking PPE game. And when we were buying them off these companies and like speaking to fucking getting TGAs for like certain masks to bring to the country and all sort of shit, it was like, they do not work. Like they don't stop anything. If you have it, they may minimize you spreading it. But if you don't have it, you can still get it. And also you can still like, there's also like, I can walk into fucking Woolworths with a sock tied around my fucking mouth and that's considered a good enough mask.
Like that's the other thing. We had the cheap shitty ones and like, you'd be struggling to find one. You'd find one under the fucking seat or you'd find an old dirty one.
I've been using this fucking P2 for like 6 months, you know what I mean? Like,
literally. And it'd be scrunched up in my pocket.
Yeah.
This thing was hanging on by an inch of its life.
Yeah.
This thing wasn't up to code. I dare say most people rocking around were rocking masks that weren't up to code.
Bro, every mask that you see like sold in a packet, like not a medical one, just sold in a packet with like patterns on it and all that sort of bullshit, none of them are fucking, that is just cloth over your face. Like they don't actually do anything. It's crazy, but everyone's like, and I still wear it. Like I think most people, I would assume most people still wear it because like, what's the rule? I don't want to get fucking like reamed by someone. But
I don't know if I'm breaking the rule or not, but and maybe this makes me a bad person. I don't know. But I'm dropping it.
I have.
I've dropped it from the repertoire.
Whenever I go
It's
into
out.
like cafes and
It's now
stores and
out.
shit, I'm not wearing it. But I went into Audi yesterday and I was like, oh fuck, I'm just gonna bring it with me and then just suss the fucking vibe.
I
and
wore one into
everyone's
Harris
in it.
Farm the other day because I was
Yeah.
like, I'm around food. People are just going to stare at me the whole
Yeah,
time.
I didn't
don't
need it.
need that.
I don't
energy.
need it. But that's the problem, right? I'm doing this not because it's actually working, but because I don't need the grief.
But everywhere else, I'm like, I'm not.
No, fuck it. And I'm appreciative of the places now that are like not
Well,
checking,
but like then
not checking like vaccine passports and shit. It's like
I walked in the news agency the other day. No one in there. Like even the staff weren't wearing
Yeah.
one. I'm like, good energy.
good. If you're at 90% vax, why do we need to?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
it doesn't
but,
make any sense.
But why would you also need to check for vaccine passports if we know that 90% of the state's vaccinated?
Well, because it's the law and they'd be getting in trouble.
No, I get that. But I'm saying if like even from like a legal standpoint, if you know that 90% of your state's vaccinated, just like, well, look, we're good.
Well, because they set the date ages ago. It's December 1st.
Which they push back actually, I
Yeah,
think.
so masks will
Oh,
stop.
it's the 15th.
Yeah, 15th of December or 95% double vax.
No masks.
Whichever comes first. No masks besides public transport, planes, and airports. That makes sense.
Why? Why does that make sense?
I don't know. It's
Planes,
it's
I
like
think,
you're
maybe.
tightly packed with a lot of people. The air
they don't work.
recirculates.
But it's you know, like you're gonna get it if you get it. I don't understand.
Like you might
The
not.
plane thing might be to like appease fucking, other states and shit.
It's like super weird how it can just transmit or not. Like my brother's girlfriend, I don't know if I've said this before, she got it. They lived together, shared the same bed. He didn't get it.
Has he been
They're
tested
both
for
double vaxxed.
antibodies and shit?
I don't know if he's been tested for antibodies.
Because like we've got a friend as well, Henry, who his missus, they were in New York when it hit, and then they fucking came back because it was like, we don't know what the hell's going on here. So they came back. She had it. He came back first. She got it. Came back. Then they went and just isolated for like a couple of weeks in like somewhere down the coast. She got it, and he lived with her for like just in a house, and he didn't get it at all.
And was this before he was vaccinated as well?
This was fucking like March, or like just right in the middle of the
Did he get his
fucking.
antibody test?
Wow.
That's the thing. I don't know if he has been antibody.
Ruby has the antibody test and she's had it. She doesn't.
She just didn't even know.
No. Anyway, masks suck. That's all I'm saying.
Well, they do. It's just like.
I
and
just find them annoying.
And I also don't have
Find them annoying.
very cartilaginous ears. It's like they're kind of weak. So I'm walking around like fucking Dumbo
Oh, because they peel
because
forward.
they pull my fucking ears forward. Now I know that's a very self-absorbed concern when it comes to the overall
Well,
health.
it is
of the,
self-absorbed.
but I can't help that.
You're looking
But
like
all
Dobby.
mask concerns are
So
self-absorbed.
like Dobby.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't like hot fucking air getting breathed back on my
Yeah,
face.
yeah,
It makes me
exactly.
feel
That
uncomfortable.
breathe,
It's
that hot. And everyone walks around with their fucking noses out or their mouth out anyway, like it's
Well,
just on the
because
chin.
people need a fucking bit of fresh air.
I know, dude.
People are begging
It's
for
like
it.
one
That's
of
why
those.
the mask down.
It's like walking around in
I
like
wear
a.
one down here on my lip.
Yeah, it's like walking around. It's like spending your life in like one of those Taiwanese smoking rooms, like airport smoking rooms.
Oh, punters and dribblers.
Like the old studio.
Punters and dribblers. If you haven't been to an airport smoking room at Singapore Airport,
Yeah.
you haven't experienced one of the dankest parts of
Of
life.
Earth, like
Earth.
at one of the like most fucking heinous points on the planet,
It is so fucking humid.
and smoky. Like it's humid, but then there's like a dry smoke and
but
it's
it's
smoky.
thick.
Yeah,
It's like custard, and then you get in there and there's smoke everywhere, and there's blokes in there just pounding
pounding
Marlboro
dart.
Reds.
It's not the environment I wanted to smoke cigarettes in. You know what I mean? In terms of like, it took all of the enjoyment of cigarettes out of it, and just like it just shone the light on how gross the fucking behavior was.
I haven't finished a dart in there. put it
Oh,
that way.
dude. And it was like, I remember being over there and I'd bought those fucking Super King cigarettes or whatever the fuck
are
they
they?
were. You know, they're like the extra long darts. Did you ever get them overseas? Where it was like a normal dart, like a tailored, but they were just an extra fucking like inch or so long.
No. What? Some more enjoyment.
No, just fucking more dart. That's all. Well, yeah, more enjoyment. But like, I'd accidentally got it. I don't think you need more dart.
No,
I think
you
it's
don't
like,
need more dart.
I think one dart is like a dart is a dart, and any more of that.
Well, a
it's like-
dart's a dart. You know what a dart is.
Yeah, if you need, just smoke another dart rather than having a longer dart.
Well, back-to-back darts is... Yeah, exactly.
Well, back-to-back darts I used to do, you know, when you're on the piss, but
Well, of course. That's different.
you just
This
in,
is in
in
a
an
fucking-
airport
this is in a
smoking
fucking
room.
smoking
Nah, that shit's fucking
Yeah, thick as-
disgraceful.
thick as custard.
Thick, and the guys in there that are just like, just desperately, and I mean, like, obviously you're already smoking, so it's gross. bad for you, but the secondhand smoke in that room,
Oh, man, it'll kill you.
it was all you were breathing was smoke. Like,
It'll
you
kill
didn't
you.
have oxygen.
Oh, it'll kill you.
And because it's mixed with like the breath of these like just
Dude, the room was breathy as fuck.
Oh, breathy. Oh, beyond breathy. Dave, you'll look this up. I think they're sort of saying that cigarettes. When will cigarettes stop being sold in Australia? It's not that far away.
You reckon they'll outlaw it?
Well,
Why?
Australia's
But they make
like-
so much money off it.
Yeah,
They don't though.
From the tax.
Yeah.
The tax is basically designed to phase people out.
Is it though?
Yes.
That's where I'm trying to work
It
out.
is. It's a tool. It's a tool.
Do you believe that tool?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
Because the healthcare system, the money that they would pay, right, fixing people's fucking lung cancer and shit or treatment would be astronomical.
Would it be more than the tax they get from
Dave will tell us.
cigarettes? Because that's an interesting question. I don't know whether it would be. They almost might be like the juice is worth the squeeze. We'll just keep these bitches rolling.
I will find out. I feel like
That's why it's fucking crazy though when you think of shit like marijuana not being legal. It's like the amount of money you motherfuckers
I know,
could make
it's
off this
crazy.
is
It's madness.
insane.
It's madness.
And like there are actual medical benefits to it. There's no medical benefit to darts. Like what are we doing?
Well, that's the difference because the medical expense associated with cigarettes is so high.
But I mean, like, obviously the government's in the pocket of like big tobacco, which is
Yeah,
like,
big ciggy.
That's a real thing.
Big dart.
Drew-
So there's a law which is, I think, maybe
Big Dart move in the shadows.
Fucking oath, mate. You reckon?
Imagine being part of Big Dart's marketing team in Australia.
Dude, are you telling me that Big Dart didn't have something to do with vapes being outlawed?
Oh yeah.
Like vapes would be as dangerous, if not less dangerous, than dart. And
Well, yeah.
I'm saying they would. I don't know if they'd be more dangerous. Maybe they would be. I don't know.
Of course, Big Dart has its fingers in the pie, but
Yeah.
you could also look at it this way. We don't know what the fuck's in. Like, we don't know the long-term effects of vapes, right?
No.
Let's,
Do we need another dart in our hands?
Let's just assume it's not great, because I can't see it being fucking good for you.
No. Initially,
we-
everyone thought it was.
Do we need another dart on the scene?
No.
One that's fucking hoodwinking kids with like blueberry crush and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're like
walking-
super dupers,
They're
but
like
vapes.
super dupers, but
yeah.
fucking, like it's cigarettes, but super
Yeah,
dupers,
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
fun and fresh and flirty. I don't think they're great. I don't think
No.
you can like, with any good conscience, go, mate, fucking shit these cunts in, like,
No. And it's just
because they're too addictive and they're too accessible. Like
they're also
dart-
far less offensive
was-
to see in the mouth of like a young person.
Mate, there was once upon a time where you'd have to nip outside for a lunger. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, if you go far enough back, they'd punch them indoors. But,
Yeah.
you know, after that, you'd have to nip outside. Now you just fucking sit here and pound
Pound
away.
of vape inside. Yeah, on the shitter.
Like, you used to hear about fucking stories of teenagers who, like, pound, like, it doesn't leave their mouth.
No.
Just boom all day.
And that's when
then their
you-
lungs collapse.
Yeah, and then it's like, wow, you've got the lungs of an 80-year-old and you're fucking 17.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, you and I, obviously, we are binge vapors. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, we binge.
We binge vape.
Yeah.
And it's
Much like
actually...
my alcohol consumption.
Yes, but I'd say I'm
'Cause,
more
like,
of a binge vapor.
Like, I'm not a fucking 6 schooners a night operator. Put it that way.
Fuck no, dude.
You know what I mean?
Not at all. I never really have been.
I've never been.
Well, that's like an alcoholic, I think.
Well, I just mean when I drink like in blocks.
Yeah, you binge. You're a binge
I'm
drinker.
a block drinker.
So I've got some numbers here. But I was going to say before, I think it's Taiwan or Singapore have made this law where they're going to increase the legal smoking age by 1 year every year for the next like century until eventually like you have to be 115 or whatever to buy
But you
cigarettes.
take away people's fucking autonomy, but when you do shit like that, that's the thing that annoys me. Like, if I'm 25 and I can't smoke because I'm not 26, like, suck my balls. Like, I'm an adult.
I think they still have vapes there though. I think that's,
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Though?
Yeah,
Like,
I know what you mean.
I
but,
honestly
like,
think
how
the
else do you
best
do
way
it?
to do it, I think the best way to do it is the plain packaging, which fucking works very well.
Yeah.
And price people out.
But then I think you get to a point, like, surely we're at a point in Australia now where, like, if you want to buy cigarettes, you're going to buy ciggies no matter the price.
that's the thing.
It's
like,
about,
you're
you know,
getting
it's
away
about
all the
pricing
casual ones.
pricing out the next generation.
But
So like
so what
kids and
they're
shit.
doing is-
Like imagine when we were 18, 17, and you used to go to get a pack of darts for $10.
$10, I
Now,
know.
imagine if someone was like now 50, you'd go like fuck.
Yeah, I can get booze. It's cheaper.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way you'd buy a deck of darts for $50.
So that's where vapes roll in. Oh, yeah? Would you want some Raspberry Crush?
Yeah, for fucking $15.
Yeah.
Sure as shit I do, bro.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 20,000 puffs. Beautiful.
It's actual vapes are undoing all
the good work.
price hikes, good work. Yeah.
What numbers you got?
Yeah, so in 2020, 2021, across 1 year, however they measure it, cigarettes made Australia $4.1 billion in tax.
Yep.
And apparently cost Australia from things like healthcare to intangible costs of smoking, which is including loss of quality of life, estimated to be 118 billion per year.
Ooh, okay.
So you're losing about 114 billion dollars a year.
It's not about
It's
money for
not.
money.
Interesting. That is interesting. I still feel like somehow it is. Or it's in the sense that, and isn't that just in the face of
I
numbers,
think
just going,
It's
I'm
like
an
propping
idiot.
up big business rather than just about the money.
That's it. Yeah, like I wonder whether it's like the decision makers are just getting fucking backdoor to shitload of cash to just keep it sort of, you know what I mean? Like,
Backdoored by who? Because the tobacco companies aren't happy about it. They're furious. Their focus now is Asia, which apparently is a growing smoking market.
Oh,
Cheap as
really?
shit. Yeah.
Growing?
They don't give a fuck about Australia
okay, interesting.
because they,
Fuck, my neck hurts.
like, the consumer pays it. The fucking big tobacco still gets their tiny clip unchanged. And then the government gets all the money, which they then pour back into the fucking healthcare system.
Right, okay.
So you,
I wonder though if the cigarettes are being sold at the same price in Australia, in the sense of going, like if you're, what's the wholesale price, and then what are they marking up?
the market, it'd all be the same.
But like if you're big dart,
Yes.
and you're selling ciggies,
Your clip would be the same.
but
Big
you're
darts.
selling ciggy into Australia,
Yep.
and you were selling them at $5 a pack, and then they were being sold in Australia at 10.
Yep.
Are you now selling them at fucking $25 a pack, and they're being sold at 50 or whatever the fuck it is? Like,
No, I don't think so.
you're just still taking that same.
I think the clip I think the clip remains the same. Maybe the clip's gone up slightly, but the fucking volumes have fallen through a floor. So they'd be well down here.
Wish they were good for you. Wouldn't that be nice?
It would be. Although I can't really stomach a dart anymore.
No, but when you could, you
Yeah.
could.
Oh, when you could, you could.
When you could, you really
When the
could.
getting was good, you could.
It was good. And $10 darts, soft packs, Stuyvesants.
The soft pack Stive is the blue
and
ones?
and you tap the thing and the fucking one dart come out like a magic trick. Those are the good days, punters, dribblers. Those are the good days. Don't smoke though. That back to weed though. I mean, can we not make that fucking legal? Is that because you can grow it? Like, is that what it is? But you can still tax.
There's a few things, like it's the fact that you can grow it and it is a medicine, so it's taking money out of the pockets of Big Pharma.
Yeah, that's right.
There's stuff like it'll take on the alcohol
Fuck Big
industry
Pharma.
as well. The alcohol industry is huge in Australia, and it can do that. But
Why can't booze and weed go well together if done correctly?
yeah, but it does. Like studies in America have shown that the more like weed people smoke, the less people are drinking. It's like a different kind of activity to get intoxicated. So
I accidentally got high as shit the other day. And
damn, me too. Happens all the time.
no, but like, so obviously, I've been indulging in the vegan cookies of late, or brownies or whatever. And I just have I'll have like a little bit every now and then, like not a lot, because you can't really, you don't want to be baked while you're trying to fucking like dinner time and baths and fucking babies and shit. But I got some more, and so I needed to make space for my new batch, and I just had a bunch of crumbs left over from the previous batch, and I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll just, they weren't very strong, so like you had to have like 3 cookies to even get a fucking buzz on. So I was like, well, fuck it, this will be fine. So I've just gone and consumed the crumbs, and then I've like just sort of finishing doing some shit in the office, and then by the time Steph and Evie and my sister who's back come home, I was like, holy fuck, dude, I am baked off my ass. And then just had to sort of internalize it and not tell anyone for like the rest of the night. Because then Steph's like, can you drop Bonnie? She's going to have dinner with your dad. Can you drop her there? I'm like, do you need, take Evie with you? I'm like, nah. And then Bonnie's like, I can get an Uber. I'm like, yeah. Fucking get an Uber. Holy shit. I was wigging out. It lasted for fucking ages. And
Why are the crumbs so powerful?
bro, that's why it's an accident. I was just eating the crumbs as like, this is a bit of sweet sugary
So you had
goodness.
too much crumb.
Yeah.
Have you heard of blotter theory with acid?
The what?
Blotter theory with
No.
acid. So when they get like a sheet of acid and they drop the liquid on it,
Yeah.
it can sometimes hit some pieces bigger than other pieces. So you get a bigger thing with other bits. So I don't know if it's the same with weed cookies. Maybe all the weed was just in that corner where those crumbs
Bros,
were.
it was
How do you know that dribbly information about the blotter theory?
Because he's a far left pot smoking fucking Antifa, you know.
23-year-old.
23-year-old.
Once I did acid with a few friends one time, and I got the fucking strongest hit ever, and a couple of my other mates were just like, I barely felt.
Where did you do it?
Amsterdam.
Right. Wow. See, I'm almost like if I went to Amsterdam, doing it in Amsterdam would always wig me out even more.
Yeah. I did it. I've only done it once. It's in nature.
Yeah, I did it in these sand dunes. And it
Fucking
was
12 hours. It's intense.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
We went
It's
to
a
the
lot.
Rijksmuseum, like
It's
the
a
big
lot.
classical art museum, and walked around there, and then just chilled in Vondel Park.
Like that would be fun, but yeah, I feel like
It got to me in the end because
I don't think I couldn't be out in public at
That's
fucking
the thing,
galleries
yeah.
and shit. No way.
So I could only do that in Amsterdam because everyone assumes you're a bit like wigged out.
you're a
there
bit, yeah,
anyway.
you can
And,
kind of
like,
get away with being a little
some of the
cooked.
floors are fine because they were like modern art and shit and whatever, and they were trippy. And then we got down to the bottom level where it's like all these kind of classic like old ships and guns, and it's all like a completely black room with these model ships and guns in glass casings. So we're walking around, and I'm just seeing these guns floating around in like this black room with mirrors. and I'm
Guns
like,
floating.
okay, boys, we've got to get out of here.
Yeah, dude.
We
That's
just walked
also
to
it
the
as well.
park.
When you're like, it's same with mushrooms, which again I only really do in nature. Have done them we did them at uni, just fucking going out to the pubs and shit, which is mental. But like, unless you're in like a really comfortable space like nature and shit, like the slightest thing can just sort of, dude, we got to get the fuck out of here.
But nature's always got your back.
Nature's always got your back.
Always.
There's nothing, it's so peaceful. Like, there's nothing where you're like, oh, this is fucking intense. Or it's like, no, we're good here.
Were you with mother?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? She knows best.
Yeah.
The last time I did shrooms, we were at Centennial Park, just like lying on the bank of a river, and just weird shit was happening. Like we saw Kurtley Beale walk past, and we were just wigging out. I was like,
Were you tripping or was it actually Kurt?
No, it was.
Did he
Kurtley
come to you
Beale.
in a vision?
He did. Well, maybe he did. And then we saw someone walking a little like lamb on a leash, which we're sure it was a lamb because other people.
Sounds
were
like it was a
staring.
dog.
Yeah, that sounds like it was
not
a dog and
It
you
was
were
like
fucking
white,
tripping.
fluffy. Its legs didn't bend, and it was just trotting
legs
along.
didn't
Well, that's cute.
That is cute. if
Is there
that
any-
happened.
Nature had our back.
Is there any truth to the yarn that I heard that weed is illegal because, in the US at least, because hemp can be made from it, which is like a superior fiber to cotton, and Rockefeller and all those influential motherfuckers had cotton interests?
Yeah, I heard something like that.
So they
but
tried-
again,
they-
I heard it on Rogan, and he's obviously a fucking humongous weed fucking proponent. But that's what he was saying.
And he's like, he loves a conspiracy.
Yes. But that one sort of doesn't even seem conspiracy. But I don't know, Dave. That'd have to be.
Well, it's just, no, but it's drawing the dots, right?
Yeah.
You go, well, this then that, as opposed
Yeah,
to
I don't
this
know.
is what actually
Yeah,
fucking
I don't know
happened.
whether it's a dot drawing or whether it's like actually sort of documented.
Because you can draw dots if you want to.
Yeah.
And you can make sense of anything. You
Of
go, well,
course.
that's why.
This is why it happens.
That doesn't mean that's
that it's
what
true.
happened.
No.
There's a difference.
But that's where I heard it on Rogan, so I'm not 100% sure.
I think there's a few things like hemp can be used as a like environmental replacement for things like plastic and lots of things like that. So
'Cause
Its utility value is fucking
because
insane.
and it's really easy to farm. Like it'll grow
Yeah.
fucking
hemp-
almost any.
That's why it's called
condition.
weed, isn't it? Because it's just
Yeah,
fucking.
exactly, yeah.
But hemp is illegal in
Yeah.
some states.
And it's
hemp,
not even. It doesn't get you high.
that's what I'm saying.
I used to
That
have a
is-
jumper made of hemp, and I was like, "What the fuck, dude? This thing is like."
Was it good?
It was great. It was
You
a little
don't see-
stiff, but I don't know if that was the design.
You don't see hemp enough.
Especially when you think about how, like, you're making, like, how easy it is to grow, as we were just saying. Like,
I've never had any hemp clothing.
I've only had this one hemp jumper, and I didn't buy it because of that. I think Mum got it, and I was like, she's like, "Oh, it's made of hemp." I was like, "Cool."
You never see it.
You don't see it, or
Cotton's
if you do, you
king
don't
down
know.
here. Cotton and wool.
Yeah.
Do you know when
And bogan silk, polyester.
Polyester, the bogan silk, cotton, wool. See, I'm cool with wool. Cotton, now, cotton takes a fuckload of irrigation, doesn't it? Isn't that sort of like the the sort of like climate impact of cotton? Is that correct?
Yeah, there's big like shit going down in like the Riverina in New South Wales and like eastern New South Wales and southwestern Queensland that they're getting all the water from the Murray River to like
Yeah,
for these cotton
that's
plants.
what
And everyone
kind of
else-
fucking
it's
does my
ridiculous
head
to
in.
grow it in Australia because it's just not like made.
I
for it.
don't know enough about that water shit. There's two different sides to the arguments there.
But if I'm sure there is. All I'm saying is, and this is completely, I don't know what is right or wrong, but if agricultural exploits are leading to the drying of a river, if that is the case, can't be doing it. That would be my opinion. No offense to our farming listeners. If that upsets you, feel free to reach out in the DMs with some facts. I don't know. I've seen friendly Geordies. I have no idea. I'm not saying one's right, one's wrong, but like if the Murray is
All
drying,
I know is it's been mismanaged. But it's
Big time.
apparently it's been mismanaged by everyone.
right.
Yeah.
Well, let's stop doing that. But that probably
Stop the mismanagement.
yeah, stop the mismanagement. Give us a fucking crack.
But all I'm saying is that's what you see, right? Cotton's everywhere. Wool's. You don't see wool as much. Wool's a great fibre.
Yeah.
Wool's great.
See now, what's the environmental impact on wool? Obviously, you got a fucking heap of sheep you got to worry about, but like, is that better than cotton?
Yeah, but I don't think wool's not as versatile. Like you couldn't get around in a woolen.
No,
fucking-
you can't.
Do you know what I
It
mean?
itches you up.
But you couldn't get around in a woolen t-shirt.
No. That's what I mean. Even we've got our merino wool test cricket vests,
Which are great.
which are fantastic, but to just wear them on the bare skin, which we've done before, isn't super comfortable.
Of course we have.
Of course, we've worn them on our bare skin.
Why wouldn't we? I almost feel like putting that on again.
Yeah,
I
we
might
should
put
bring
that
them.
on later today.
Yeah, well, they're at my house actually.
I
Yeah,
might put it on.
yeah. I think you should.
Just to see how it feels again.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Shout out to Steve O'Keefe for giving us those. I can't believe we've got to get like a mannequin to put that thing on so it's constantly on display at
Yes.
some point.
I think so.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind getting the jumpers either.
I mean, I'd love the jumpers.
If we could.
I think we'd probably want a vest and a jumper
We've got
at
the
a
vest.
minimum. I know, that's what I'm saying. So
We now
I
need
wanna
the
have-
jumper.
Yeah.
You know the ones I'm talking about? The ones they wear in
The long sleeve
Hobart?
jumper. Yeah, yeah.
They're like fucking legit.
They look
They wear them
warm
in
as
England
toast.
sometimes as well.
Yeah.
They look unbelievable.
Warm as toast.
I'm like, you could take screamers in those.
You could take screams in those, or you could just wear it on the couch watching fucking rugby league football on a cold, wintry Sunday. You know?
Thank you for coming.
Cup of tea, fucking bit of toast.
Just draped head to toe
Yeah.
in, you know, Tom. You're completely aware while you're wearing it, the best wool this nation can produce.
The best wool known to man.
Because it's a test jumper.
Yep.
They're not skimping on the good stuff.
You're not
That's
giving
the best stuff.
No. I don't know what other sort of sheep there are, like merino, or if there's some other ones. But if it ain't merino, you don't come near me with that shit.
It's got to be creme de la creme.
Yeah.
merino.
Is there a part of the merino that produces the best wool, like, you know, around the fucking sack? Is there something on the back?
Not around the sack.
Chin?
Wouldn't be around the crotch.
No.
No. Just on the back,
Yeah.
middle.
Middle back, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question. That's good for a wool classer.
Yeah.
He'd tell you.
Reach out, wool classes.
Haven't done a whole lot of wool classing, unfortunately.
Shocking.
Well, I think so. It says here the
Don't have
fleet,
the eye. Too young.
You are too young.
it says the fleet. So I
Too hot.
don't think it's like a bodily position, but more which layer of the wool you get. Know what I mean?
There you go, Dave. Dave's on one today. Dave's on one. Our Kiwi boys got the job done overnight, Eddie.
Told you they would. We told people they would.
We told people they would. We told you they would. Kiwis got the job done. Now, obviously, whenever we talk about the T20 Cricket World Cup, we are doing it thanks to our good friends at KO. I fucking love when the Poms get knocked out.
I said it on About Even last night, Tom, and I'll say it again for the punter and the dribbler. If you think that New Zealand had forgotten about how they were treated in England in the World Cup a couple of years ago, you've got another thing coming. Because they fucking hadn't. Because that was a disgraceful bit of bad sportsmanship out of the Poms.
Yeah.
New Zealand were fucking dudded. Everyone knows that. Like it or lump it, they were robbed.
Dave, could you get the TV on and get the batting card up? I just want to see how England and all that went.
So they would have come. They would have talked about that in the sheds. 100%.
It wasn't a bad score that England posted either. It was 166.
166.
64? 66?
66.
66.
I think New Zealand got there with 6 balls in hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
6 balls remaining.
So Butler 29, Bairstow 13, Milan got 40, Ali 50. So they got they went all right. Like they didn't go too bad.
Mate, 166 is rock solid.
Yeah, you can't be upset with that. And then what did the Kiwis get?
Big Daryl Mitchell, 72 not out of
Yeah,
47.
Daryl. So Daryl is the son of a former Kiwi rugby player. That's what heaps of. Can you just look that up, Dave? Heaps of dribblers were fucking in our DMs about that. I needed Kane Williamson. I needed Kane to get fucking 15 more runs. Didn't happen.
So John Mitchell,
Yeah.
his father, he played flanker, number 8 lock.
Shout out to the back row.
I don't think he played for the All Blacks, but he says he coached. He is a New Zealand Rugby Union. Former player. He's currently the defense coach for England with Eddie Jones.
Ugh.
And he used to be a head coach for All Blacks, USA team, and a few Super Rugby.
He was the head coach for the All Blacks.
Yeah.
Could you just get a photo of him up?
When was he head coach for the All Blacks?
So I'm trying to work out. Obviously not when they were good. Oh, that guy. I remember him. So he coached the Force. Yeah, I remember that guy. So that's his that's his son. Wild.
So,
He doesn't seem that fucking old.
2001, he was head coach.
Of the exactly when they weren't good. No disrespect.
Oh, yeah, I think he was the last coach to lose a Bledisloe with the All Blacks.
There you go.
Fuck, he would have been young.
Yeah, how old is he?
2001, he was just...
He's 57 now.
He would have been 30.
Bro,
He would have
okay,
been
so
37.
57. How old is his son who just played for the Black Caps? He would have been in 2001 37. You're right.
When he was coaching the All Blacks in his 30s.
Yeah, that seems like
That's
a
fucking
very
outrageous.
young age. I love that his son's called Daryl. I think that's a great fucking with a Y.
Hang on.
Well, that's classy. I wouldn't use the Wikipedia search bar. I've never seen anyone use
I've
that.
never seen anyone
You're
search.
the first person I've ever
Ever seen
use
searching in
And it
Wikipedia.
didn't
that. In all
Dave.
my
that
years.
well.
I've never
Never seen it done.
seen anyone using Wikipedia, the search engine. You just search in Google and Wikipedia comes up.
Yes. And if you need Wikipedia to come up, I might add wiki at the end.
Yes.
If it's been stubborn.
That is.
That's dribbling.
And now look, the computer's frozen because it's never happened on a computer
look,
before.
Look what you've done.
The computer's gone, what the fuck am I doing here?
Mate, you've just broken everything.
It's like trying to Google.
Why is Wikipedia like
Daryl Mitchell's 30.
30?
Yeah,
So we would have had him at
27.
27.
That's actually not that young. What is the go with Wikipedia in the sense that does it try to be a search engine as well?
No. It's just like houses information.
Yeah. Well, what the fuck are you doing, David? That's bizarre.
He's just using this, like, you can search it internally,
But
which
it's
no
not,
one does.
Yeah, no one does.
Because it doesn't work.
No, it's clearly the fucking computer froze.
But one of the great wins from New Zealand.
Yes.
Thank God for that.
Into the final. Mate, New Zealand cricket are on such a heater.
Dude, they're on a fucking heater.
And you could say that they pretty much, and when I say they, I think we can say we pretty much won the World Cup. The one-day World Cup.
Think about this. They could literally, if they were to win this T20 Men's Cricket World Cup, they would hold all three at once.
Are they still number one in the world one days? Or are they number one in the world one days? Or is that India?
But they didn't win the 50.
No, I know. But, so you're more just saying they'd be world champions.
I'm saying if.
They'd be world champions one day, world champion T20, and world champions in the tests.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
prepared.
still number one in ODI.
Who are?
They are.
They are number one ODI. Fucking hell.
What are they
dude.
number? What ranking are they in tests?
Number one.
Second.
They won the test championship.
Tests, number one.
And then T20s?
T20, England number one, then Pakistan, then India, then New Zealand. But I'm assuming that's going to change
What the
after this.
fuck is going on? Tiny little New Zealand
Just fucking killing it.
killing it.
It's
good to see.
Yeah, I love it.
It's good for the game.
I want
Great for
Australia
the
to
game.
win, but if they don't, obviously New Zealand to be number one in all formats of cricket would be fucking insanity.
Absolute
Insanity.
But that's not what we're saying because Australia's still alive.
No. We're saying
Australia's a
Australia
stiff.
will win.
Australia
Australia
can
will
beat
win.
Pakistan,
Yeah.
then we'll win our first World Cup. And then, we just...
And that's on tonight, is it? Australia v Pakistan?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Daddy will be watching.
1 a.m.?
Yep.
Is it 1 a.m. definitely or is it 9 p.m.?
Nah, it's 1 a.m.
Yeah, it's Friday.
It needs
Fuck,
to be like
that's-
prime time for probably the Indian time slot.
Yeah, right. Well, look, I might be up. I might be up. Will I be up? Unlikely.
1 a.m.
1 a.m.'s a late one.
on a Thursday. You watch an hour of it, it's 2 a.m.
That's exactly how maths works. Anyway, I love an upset. I believe that was an upset.
It was an upset.
Michael Pride of betting on fucking England. He just doesn't get cricket.
He doesn't get cricket.
He does not get cricket.
He's
It's
got no
insane.
idea what he's talking about, which is brilliant because it allows us to talk a lot of shit about him, even
Yes.
behind his back.
Behind his back. Even though this is public, we're
Well,
not saying it to his face.
That's right. So it is behind
It is
his
behind
back.
his back.
It's behind his back in a public setting.
Yes. Exactly. Fuck Michael Pride. Publicly, but behind his back.
Yeah, because he's not here.
He doesn't get cricket.
He doesn't get it. He does not get it.
I saw something on... Dave, I'll get you to get this up while I'm talking about something else, but can you get up the grilled burger ad that has been deemed like too offensive to be air on TV? Oh, yeah. I saw it on TV and I was like, what in the fuck is going on here? Can you believe it's been 5 years, I think today or yesterday, since McGregor press conference with Alvarez where he comes out in the red and he's like, I'm wearing Gucci mink.
5 years?
Yeah, without me, this whole fucking ship sink.
What the fuck?
Can you get that press conference up actually as well?
That was 5 years ago. The Red Panty Night interview conference.
That was it.
must have
That
been
was
like
it. Okay, now watch
7
this. Watch this. Pause it, Dave. Pause it. So this is a grilled ad for burgers that has Ronald McDonald flashing his cock to two kids in an alleyway. Like it starts September 27, 2001. This was published on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure it's been pulled from TV. I saw it on TV.
You saw this on TV?
This is on TV. A guy dressed like a clown, dressed like Ronald McDonald, has cornered two young children in a dark alleyway where he
in
proceeds
a shit neighborhood.
in a dodgy part of town.
'Cause
There's
the-
boarded up windows
yeah.
and shit.
It looks like a Gorillaz
Graffiti.
music video.
It does look like gorilla music. Shout out to the Gorillas. If we press play, Dave, and we'll just watch it through.
In a world of good and bad, there's a little burger man who's sticking up for all that is right. He's got a little wooden stick and he's fighting clowns with it. He's a righteous burger guy. He's the righteous burger guy. He's a righteous burger guy.
The Righteous Burger Guy.
What the fuck was that?
Dude. Like,
How did that get through the first time? How'd they get through round one?
I don't know. Like when you think about the amount of people that ad had to get through before it gets to TV.
Surely someone was like, don't we all think this looks like Ronald McDonald's flashing his cock to kids?
That's exactly what I thought.
But someone would have been like, but he's
But he's not. He's flashing toys at him.
That's the genius of it. But that's not what you're trading on. You're trading on people thinking it's Ronald McDonald showing
flashing
his cock. That's what
flashing
you're
kids.
trading on.
I believe that Ronald McDonald is flashing his cock to those children that he's cornered in an alleyway right up until the point that I see their toys.
Grilled, which make good burgers.
They
by
make
the way.
fantastic burgers.
Shout out to Grilled from a burger perspective.
100%.
When I think of Grilled, I have never once thought of like it being a competitor to McDonald's
No.
or, you know, in any way associated with like that
With the
really
fast food
greasy
wars.
fast food wars.
Yeah, they're kind of inserting themselves into like a Hungry Jack's KFC
I
lane.
don't know
where you're
why
like,
you're doing that.
No.
And I don't know why you feel the need to. But now when I think about your brand, Grilled, I think about that time you tried to hoodwink the punter and the dribbler by implying that Ronald McDonald's flashing his cock to people.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
No.
Now I don't know where to put you now in my mind.
Because Grilled were just like, oh, this is a burger chain. Like McDonald's is, obviously it's a burger, but it's like they do fucking all this weird shit. It's just like Grilled was just like a healthy, like
But
it's a
when you had
legit burger.
When you have a grilled burger, you're like, that was definitely lighter
Yes.
and I would assume healthier for you than...
Than
lot
a
of
fucking quarter
alternatives.
pounder.
Well, because you know what they do well? This isn't an ad for Grilled, clearly, but like this is what they do well.
This might be a better ad.
Yeah. Is that they don't try and overplay their hand. You remember like a couple of years ago, everyone became fascinated with how much shit you can put on a burger. Like fucking this and that and 50 fucking
Let's put
cheeses and all this shit.
fucking maple syrup, fucking.
And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool, bro. That might look good in a fucking Instagram photo with like a really good camera.
Yeah.
But try eat the cunt.
Yeah.
Try eat the fucking thing. It's all down your shirt.
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
all over your hands. It falls apart. Grill don't fuck that way. They just go, what's on the burger is not overwhelming.
Yeah.
And the bun is true.
You have
and
to have,
sturdy.
dude. That's the problem with like, and we actually, I had a burger yesterday downstairs in whatever the fucking cafe is called, Coup. You need to, and there needs to be a science to it. Your burger bun needs to have structural integrity to it. It also you need to know like what the moisture content of everything within the patty is, within the burger is going to be. Because if it starts like soaking through the fucking bread and just falls apart, I'm no longer enjoying this experience.
Well, but it all comes down to the bun. You need a resilient bun.
It's got to be resilient.
You need a bun's bun.
Yeah.
A bun that can withstand a bit of wetness, a bit of moisture.
Yeah.
That can stand up to the rigors that you throw at it and it's going to stay true. Because I understand, as most of the punter and the dribbler will, that if you've got a big burger on the go, once it's picked up, you can't put it down.
Yeah.
Because it just loses its way.
Yeah.
So I need to trust that the bun has got my back. Because I've got its back.
Yeah.
I'm holding it.
Yeah.
I'll hold it.
Yeah. Of course you will.
I'll hold
You
it.
have to.
I won't put you down, but you need to have my back by staying true to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't take me for a fool.
No.
I've invested in you. Now you return the favor.
Mikasa Sukasa?
Well, that's my house, your house. But yeah, I mean, if you were inviting it over, if it was delivered to you,
What's mine is yours?
yep. Again, you're not sharing anything with the burger except a moment. But you have its back, and it needs to have your back. I tell you what else was good yesterday with the burger I had. They gave a fucking skewer through it, which maintains just keep everything together. Because sometimes when you're eating it, the arse falls out. Maybe the bun's true, but everything falls out the arse. Now, that's not just on them. That's also on the consumer of the burger. There's a couple of things about this. Assuming you don't have a skewer in this situation,
Squeeze from the back.
you got to squeeze from the back, dude. You have to pinch the back of
Pinch.
it. You got to pinch the back of it.
Pinch it.
Lightly because you don't want to fuck the bun.
Well, you don't need to squeeze it.
No,
That's
you gotta-
madness. You just got to go, okay, if you thought you were sliding out the back tomato.
I've
you're
got another
not.
thing for you.
Hey, Boot Shoot, I know you're trying to escape the situation.
Sorry.
Sorry, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry. This bit of patty's getting a fucking mind of its own. You think you're dropping out?
Because at least when I'm eating the burger, the tomato's wily. The tomato understands that if he's to slip out the back door and onto the plate, I'm a good chance of leaving him there.
He might not get bit. He might just go into the bin.
He's a good chance of getting left.
Yeah.
And then, fate, it's up to the fucking...
It's up to the gods.
It's
Well,
up
he's
to the-
given himself at least another fucking 48 hours.
Well, he's like, if I can get myself to the bin, who knows where I'll end up.
I just need to avoid the ibis.
Avoid the ibis, then who knows? Maybe I can get into a fucking dump somewhere and I can wriggle to safety.
Yeah.
I'm just,
Yeah.
put your mind in the slice of tomato.
Yeah,
Where's he
exactly.
at?
What's he thinking?
What's he thinking?
Or she.
Or she. Of course, he or she. Well, could be a she, could be a he.
It could be a she or a he.
But that's why I think they're always trying to slip out the back because they know they're a shot.
Yeah.
They're a chance.
They're a chance.
Once consumed, they're no chance.
You're at your poo at that point.
Well, you poo and
Yeah.
then you well. Then you're not really tomato, are you?
No, you're not your poo.
You poo.
Tomatoes actually have flowers that contain both male and female parts, so there's only one gender, but it's both.
The gender. Oh, well, there you go. Well, let's say
it's just
genderless.
tomato.
They don't identify.
They're self-pollinating.
They identify as tomato.
Okay. Good. So anyway, shout out to Grilled for that ad.
Yeah, right. That was weird. That was weird.
That
as
ad
fuck.
was weird.
That was a fucking weird ad.
Yeah. I don't think that was appropriate for television.
No.
For terrestrial TV, is that what they call it?
Don't know.
Don't know.
Don't know why you call it that.
I don't either, but I think that's what they call it. Terrestrial TV. Terrestrial.
Yeah, that was fucking odd.
Anyway, I saw it on Mumbrella. They were like, yeah, this has been taken off TV. I was like, makes sense. Because
They ought to go back to the jingle.
I would have thought that Ronald McDonald might have had legs to sue.
Well, I think the problem there is that McDonald's don't use Ronald McDonald anymore.
He's still part of the
He's still
family.
part of it. Like,
They haven't binned him all together. Like, sure, there isn't big fucking plastic versions of him on seats out the front
yeah.
anymore.
There aren't?
No.
No. I feel like we've gone through this before. They got rid of them. It was kind of phasing him out, and then when the whole clown murdering people.
I
scaring
understand
thing-
at that point you want to get rid of fucking Ronald, or like just
But
give Ronald like a couple of months away. Just keep your head low, mate. Go fucking with the wife and kids off to somewhere. We'll put you up, and you just shut the fuck up for a couple of months while there's this big clown thing going on.
But
are you telling me they're like he's just been paid to fuck off? He's no longer.
Yeah, because fast food places in Australia at least aren't allowed to market to children anymore.
I know that.
Yeah, but Ronald McDonald wasn't Australian, was he?
No,
he
but
wasn't, but they wouldn't be able to use him
in
to market to
Australia,
Australia.
Ronald's been given the ass.
What about that fat purple thing?
Grimace.
Grimace?
Yeah, Grimace.
Grimace, the Hamburglar.
And then there was another one.
Get Grimace up on the screen. Was it just a purple blob?
Yeah. Grimace
wasn't it?
Yeah, Grimace is a purple blob. And I don't know what he did or what he represented. The Hamburglar I get. That was cool. That was funny.
So there was a big
Look
family.
at Grimace.
Yeah, Grimace, there's a pirate that obviously, because some of these characters didn't stand the test of time, obviously. There's a fucking duck.
Oh, the duck, I sort of vaguely remember.
I remember the duck. I don't remember the pirate at all. I don't remember...
I don't remember that
check
old
out
guy.
No, check out the hooded figure in the back. That's just a fucking black ghost.
Dude, who's that? Death? That's what you have if you have too much Maccas. Those little... What are those little, like, fuzz balls down the front?
I vaguely remember the hamburgers in a box.
Man, let's go.
Or are they part of the Hamburglar setup?
They could be. There was some fucking...
See, Grimace, what the fuck is Grimace?
Grimace is a purple blob. Grimace looks like a big hemorrhoid.
And so we're going to... It'll give us a bit of information about Grimace.
Yeah.
Just a large purple character.
Grimace, a large purple character, debuted in 1971 as the evil Grimace. In Grimace's first two appearances, he was depicted with two pairs of arms with which to steal milkshakes and pops. Okay. Evil was soon dropped from Grimace's moniker, and Grimace was reintroduced in 1972 as one of the good guys. So he had a fucking...
He had a turnaround.
He turned
Glow up.
babyface, or whatever the fuck they say.
Were McDonald's like the first people to establish a cinematic universe and they don't even make films? They have like a whole good and evil narrative going on here. I didn't
Maybe
know
they
it was
are,
this
Dave.
intricate.
I mean, did they used to have a TV show? Is this what this...
I don't know if they had I feel
Who
like
was
it,
Sunday?
it was just all in their commercials.
Sunday was a
I think
dog?
Sunday was the chick.
Ronald's
Ronald's dog.
I can't really see a dog there.
No.
Let's see if there's a photo.
Okay, who's the duck chick?
Hamburglar, Birdie the early bird.
Birdie the early bird was the first identifiable female character who ahead of their time, who debuted in 1980 to promote the company's new breakfast items. I like it, the early birdie. She is a yellow bird wearing a pink jumpsuit and flight cap and scarf. In later years, her legs were orange. Sure.
My parents talk about when breakfast was introduced. They were like, "What the fuck?"
At Macca's?
Yeah. Like real wig out stuff.
Why?
Because no one had ever done it. It was like groundbreaking.
Like
stuff.
takeaway breakfast?
Yeah.
Hectic. I guess that makes sense, really, because breakfast was just such a...
Do you ever rock
that at home.
the breakfast there?
That's all I will often have a sausage and egg McMuffin at fucking in the afternoon.
Oh, you will?
Yeah, dude. That's my favourite thing on their menu, I think.
Sausage and egg McMuffin.
Yep.
I'm a quarter pounder guy, but the sausage and egg McMuffin's unbelievable.
It's the bacon, McDonald's bacon, it's not for me. I'll have it sometimes, but it's not really for me.
No. It's not for me.
Sausage and egg
That's
McMuffin.
sausages.
Bruh. Sausage and egg McMuffin is for me, with a hash brown,
What, shipped in?
shipped in.
On top?
Yeah.
And then one one on the side?
Well, no, you either get 2 sausage and egg McMuffins, 2 hash browns, 1 in each,
Yep.
or you just get, I don't need an extra hash brown. I'm either having a hash brown with my sausage and egg, or I'm not fucking having it.
Fair enough.
But the breakfast at McDonald's, I tell you what isn't great, or not what isn't great, but what I don't fuck with anymore, did as a child, the hotcakes.
Used to love hotcakes.
Used to love them.
I used to be a hotcakes guy.
Yeah.
That's what I used to get.
I've grown out of the hotcake.
I'll tell you this for free. I know I've grown out of them, Tom. I'm aware of that.
Yep.
Because you know how I know I've grown out of them? I don't get them anymore. But
It's a great way to know.
does that mean I don't like them?
That's it, exactly.
I'm not
it.
sure.
Yeah. I don't think
I
it
don't
necessarily
think I've
does.
had hotcakes in 10 years.
No.
Maybe 15.
Yeah.
Maybe 15
Yeah.
years. How old am I? I'm 30. At least 15 years. Probably maybe 20.
Like, I mean, it's too sweet. I don't.
Is it too sweet?
Well, the thing is, I think when I'm thinking about breakfast, when I was a kid, I loved fucking Cocoa Pops, pancakes, fucking whatever, like when you're having a sweet thing for breakfast. Now the idea of like blasting sugar into my body for breakfast.
Do you reckon you could have those hotcakes with butter?
Yeah, they give you some sort of Macca's butter. But again, it's still sugar. Like there's still fucking, you're still getting pumped.
Sugar in the hotcakes.
I believe so. I would assume so. I don't think it'd be fucking vegan, gluten-free fucking hotcakes. Tell you what I've never had at Macca's? The apple pie. And I assumed because it was just going to burn my fucking face off and I was always a bit like, nah.
I've never had the apple pie.
Or fillet of fish. If you have a fillet of fish, I'm sorry, but that's where our relationship ends.
There's a couple of things about fillet of fish is people that eat fillet of fish swear by them. My sister, who's a vegetarian, eats them. And she's like...
I can't talk
She
to her.
likes them.
That's
Carly
not a vegetarian.
loves them.
She does love them, doesn't she?
Well, she's pescatarian, I suppose.
Yeah.
So people that... Carly once said this to me, and it did illuminate me to something. She goes, people that don't like fillet of fishes have never had them.
It's a great point.
And I said to myself there and then, she makes a great point, I've never had one.
Maybe we
so
need to have one.
I can't sit here. I can't.
No, you're right. I haven't
had one. So
I haven't had one
honestly,
either.
well, there you go. So I can't say.
I've literally sat here and said I'm prepared to cease friendships based on this fillet of fish, and I've never even had it.
I've never had one. Maybe we should get them.
Maybe we should.
And try them out.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I like fish burgers, which is what they are.
I love fish. Maybe
fish burgers are great.
it's maybe just the
It's the idea
the
that it's
fast
fish.
food fish.
What's the
element.
difference between that and chicken or beef?
Oh, bruh, because like I mean I think what it is, even if it's just peripherally or like as a vibe, fish gets off real quick, or like, you know, the idea that like
Yeah, but chicken will kill you if it's not cooked properly.
I know.
What's
I know.
worse for you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Like we
fair.
all know that fish goes off, but so does everything else.
Yeah, everything goes off. There's something about seafood off that's a bit fucking.
What is that?
I don't know, but there is.
I've never got, well, funnily enough, I have actually got sick once. The only time I've had food poisoning was off dodgy fish that we crumbed and made for fish burgers that we got from Woolies. Shout out to you.
Shout out to Woolworths.
So this is the fish that they use in the fillet of fish, the Alaskan pollock.
Looks okay.
It doesn't look bad. What's Alaskan pollock got for us in terms of like, is it a good eating fish or is it like fucking they're just plentiful?
I think they are plentiful.
As food, go down.
It says here, the Alaskan pollock has been said to be the largest remaining source of palatable fish in the world. Around 3 million tons are caught each year in the North Pacific.
It's pretty crazy the sheer amount of fucking food, like animal that's cleared out of the ocean.
And
At
then
that
it's
rate?
still, and then it's, oh mate, think about how many fillet fishes would be consumed daily.
Oh, look at this.
They're dragging that out of the sea.
Yeah, dude.
And all the fast food restaurants use this fish. It says used in products such as McDonald's fillet fish, Arby's, Long John Silver's, Bird's Eye fish fingers, Burger King's fish sandwich.
See, Bird's Eye, they'd be shipping out.
And you know what, dude?
shitload.
You know what? Now that I think about it, we give Evie fucking fish fingers sometimes. They're actually really good.
See, you know what I'm saying?
They're actually really nice.
I
I'll
can't-
sometimes put a few extra in there
My
knowing I'm going to
sister
steal 'em.
loves fillet fishes. She's like, they're so good, and I still haven't had one. And I'm like, I'm now fucking very curious.
We might need to get one. Well, no, we do have to get one.
We have to now.
We have to.
Breakfast on Monday for the podcast.
I think whoever came up with the name fillet fish is like, that was pretty clever. It's very memorable.
Yep, I agree. But does it sound nice?
No, it doesn't sound nice.
It sounds better than fish sandwich.
Yes. Or Long John Silver's fucking whatever.
Yeah.
How do we get on a Macca's?
I was just thinking that.
Ronald McDonald.
That's right, Ronald McDonald. So can you just confirm, Dave, then back on Ron before we bow Macca's, is he now not allowed to be an Australian fucking...
Or has he been caught fiddling?
Well, maybe that's... Well, if he hasn't, then that's character assassination.
Yeah, so from the looks of it here, the only thing he's still involved in is Ronald McDonald House Charity.
Great charity.
His
Great charity.
His face is on that. But
So he's around.
He's gone, I'm stepping away from the business. I'm just going to go focus on charitable
Well,
works.
put it this way. Who was a harder worker than Ronald McDonald. He was the hardest worker in the room.
Motherfucker hasn't had a day off for like 50
He didn't have a day
years.
for 30, 40 years. So
Yeah.
he stepped back and he's like, I'm going to work on what I'm passionate about, charities.
I've built this business to the point where it actually doesn't need me now.
And to fucking, in a roundabout way, as we go all the way back, that's pretty fucking lowbrow of Grilled, really. Because had they done their research, they'd realise that Ronald's not peddling toys no more.
No, he's out there just trying to help sick kids.
That's exactly right.
And again, we love grilled burgers, but I mean, what are you doing? They might be doing charity. I know when they go there, there's some confusing fucking put your buttons in a fucking bucket or something and it donates to a charity. All very confusing.
And look, I hate to tell you, Grilled. I hate to tell you, but if push came to shove and you forced me to make a decision, you're on your bike.
Now, we must say, obviously, where commercial interests are concerned, if you were interested in getting involved, we would sing a different tune.
As we've always said on this show, we will bend over for the corporate dollar.
100%. If you want us to
And
sing
there is
from
no
a different
shame in that.
No, there's not, Eddie. The world spins on the corporate dollar, and we will sing from whatever song sheet you desire.
Yes.
If the money's right.
If that's money's right. And we could go back and remove this if need be.
If you need to scrub
it's in
out
for now, because you're not sponsored.
You're not. But if you need us to sort of scrub our internet
We can
history
scrub.
of anti-grilled rhetoric,
We can scrub.
We can do that comfortably. But money's got to be right.
Money's got to be right. Money's got to be great. I will bend over if you ask me to,
If the money's right.
if the money's right. Money has to be right for me to bend over.
Reach out Big Ute while we're at it.
Big Ute, reach out. Ronald McDonald, shout out to you, bro. I hope you're all right.
Yeah, hope you're well.
Because
Shout out to you. And I hope you and the kids are well, really. And the missus haven't seen you for a while.
we haven't seen...
I think you might be married to that duck.
he is to Early Birdie. or
Early
whatever
Birdie. I think that was an interspecies marriage.
Yep.
But it was a great story.
Well, it was a great union of clown and penguin.
Clown
whatever the fuck it
and penguin duck. Their kids though, unfortunately.
They're red. They're rangaducks.
The kids need round the clock care. Anyway,
That's Mackie.
let's move on. Dave,
Yes.
have you got the yarn about some chick in like I don't know if it's the women's EPL or what, but like
Yeah. So it's the French league or whatever that's called, PSG, Paris Saint-Germain. So there was a team dinner out in Paris, and two of the players left together, Aminata Diallo and Kira Hamroui. I probably pronounced this terribly. But anyway, they played the same position. One of them's a starter, one of them's not. So they're leaving this team dinner together. As they get to the car, or just as they took off, the one woman, Diallo, was driving, and the other one, Kira, was in the passenger seat. Two men in balaclavas come, try to carjack them, apparently point guns at them, and then beat Kira's legs with a pipe, and then so she had to be taken to hospital for treatment. She got stitches in her legs and her hands, and the other woman, Diallo, played in her spot for the match against Real Madrid, and then got arrested after because it turns out she was the one who essentially ordered the guys to
holy
beat her up.
shit.
That's some fucking... Wasn't there a movie about that?
Yeah,
That
Tonya.
Tonya. Oh, I Tonya. That's some I
Harding.
Tonya shit.
Tonya Harding stabbed her opponent, I think. That's so fucking real, dude. Played the game and then got arrested.
Mate, you have got to be hungry for the spot.
That's competitive nature, like, because obviously everyone at that level is so competitive, like to the point where it'd be annoying to fucking be around them. But like, that is an unbelievable level of competitiveness.
As a coach, do you look at that and you go, that's what I want in my side? That like someone who's prepared to win it
To
all
go the
costs?
extra, the hard yards. Go
Like,
the extra mile.
you're beating up one of my best players, which needs to be frowned upon.
Well, you're not getting better though. You're actually like, as a coach, I don't know. I want that competitive
But
spirit.
but that killer instinct.
Yeah, but I think it's got to be harnessed correctly, right? If you start bashing our best player,
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe you recognise that it's in her and it's about harnessing it.
so really this could be the coach's problem. Like it's his fault. He should have seen that this woman is a fucking psycho
Yep.
and gone, how do we channel that psychotic behavior into an elite athlete?
Because clearly he hasn't done enough.
No.
If she's out there fucking tagging people with poles through another vehicle,
Yeah.
which is these two road cunts that she probably grew up with,
Yeah.
then that's not good for anyone.
No.
But had you been, maybe
She's also resourceful to go and source heavies to go and take out this person's legs.
Well, I mean, she's resourceful enough. She hasn't factored in the fact that they'd probably turn on her, which they have.
They've turned state's witness or crown, whatever the fuck it is.
They've definitely turned on her.
Yeah, and just
it's a
gone,
perfect crime
yeah.
if they don't rat their mouth.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you seen Red Sparrow?
I've seen Red Sparrow.
That's exactly what happens to Jennifer Lawrence. She gets her fucking legs snapped when she's like the ballet fucking
Yeah, that's
weapon.
right. It's a good movie.
is
Jennifer
a good
Lawrence
movie.
hasn't been in much lately.
No, I think she took some time off. I was obsessed with Jennifer Lawrence at a period of my life.
I remember that.
She, I think, is like having a kid maybe. But she's coming back in some new movie with like Jonah Hill, Leonardo DiCaprio. Who's the fucking director? Can you look that up, Dave?
Yeah. Bad Blood, Mob Girl.
Adam
Don't
McKay,
look
actually, I
up.
think. So like one of Will Ferrell's like writing partner. I think he did like The Big Short. He did
Vice and stuff.
Vice. And I think I don't know what it's about, but I mean, if it's got fucking Leo and Jonah and Jennifer Lawrence, you assume it's probably good.
Oh, yeah. Don't Look Up. So
Yeah.
two low-level astronomers must go on a giant media tour to warn mankind of an approaching comet that will destroy planet Earth.
Yeah. I saw a scene out of it, and it looked pretty funny. Where like Jonah Hill's part of like
That sounds pretty good.
Jonah Hill's part of like the U.S. government, and then I think Leo and Jennifer Lawrence are these meteorologists, and or what is it, a meteorologist?
Yeah, meteorologists, yeah.
And they're basically telling like the White House about this fucking impending thing, and the whole time Jonah Hill and this like the president or the advisor of the president are just like putting a spin on it. Like they're just like, okay, but so how are we going to present it to people? And they're like, well, like there's only one way to present it. It's fucking going to happen. They're like, but like what percentage are we talking here? And then they're like 99%. Like, let's go with 75. 75 sounds better. And just like, it's this back and forth, and Jonah Hill is fucking hilarious.
Dude, check this cast.
We got Timothy Chalamet, who look, he's obviously a good actor, but I'm just trying to work, because he's like a sex symbol now. Is he? But don't you think that they've just put like a beautiful boy's head on like the most androgynous body you've ever seen? Like he doesn't have any masculinity to him.
No,
But he's been compared to like a Johnny Depp, where I'm like, when Johnny Depp was getting to his work, he was like a hot motherfucker, wasn't he? Or
Yeah,
maybe I'm
yeah.
just old.
No, I think he was hot. But maybe beauty
He looks like a pixie.
may change over the years.
Well, it does. It does.
Yeah, now with like BTS and all those guys being
Yeah.
like the hugest people
You
on
know?
Earth.
Yeah, that's fair. So Timothy
Leo.
Chalamet, Leo, Jennifer Lawrence, Kate Blanchett, Melanie Linsky, don't know, Jonah Hill, Ariana Grande, that's
Meryl
weird.
Streep.
Ron Perlman, who looks like, Ron Perlman looks like the older version of Egan Butcher, the Roosters player.
Yeah, I think someone's posted that before.
Yeah, I
as
can
well,
see
yeah.
that. Kid Cudi.
Where's Kid Cudi at? See, I wouldn't know what Kid Cudi looks like until I've seen him there.
Nah, me neither.
Shortballing Kid Cudi and Ariana Grande into this seems like...
That's always a little bit, my eyebrows go up a little
Yeah.
bit.
I'm now suspicious.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know that saving grace for this is? Leo's
Yeah.
in it.
And Jennifer Lawrence, to be honest.
Nah, if Leo's in it, it's great. It's good to go because he doesn't fuck with shit.
He's never done a rom-com.
Well, Titanic is a rom-com. Well, no, it's not.
It's not.
It's just a rom.
It's a rom, and it's like a period.
No,
it's a
it's a
historic.
rom.
It's a rom, dude. There's nothing funny about it. There are funny moments, but there are funny moments.
Not
in
really,
dramas.
though, as
Is
I
this
said
Leo's filmography? Yeah. Go up. The top. Okay. No. So like go down. So like where his upcoming things are, and then we'll scroll through like what his. So The Devil in the White City TV miniseries. Interesting. Roosevelt, The Black Hand, Killers of the Flower Moon, again with Jonah Hill, and that's Scorsese again.
Oh, God, him and Scorsese getting into some work, don't they?
Don't Look Up, Welcome Back to the Future, never heard of it. Grant, never heard of it. Once Upon a
Yes.
Time in Hollywood,
Yeah.
Little Dicky, Be White, Build Your Dreams. No.
The Revenant. So it was basically like there's a lot of shit in there. He doesn't really count.
No.
Jim Beam, like, that's nothing.
These are like ads and shit that he's
No,
done.
none of this shit counts.
Wolf of Wall Street, Titanic.
He hasn't done a rom-com.
Nah, keep going. Gangs in New York, Catch Me If You Can would be close to, but it's not a romance. It's not about romance. But it's like lighthearted.
There's no romance in it though.
No.
Although he might get married.
Romeo and Juliet was a fucking weapon of a film as well. Basketball Diaries. I've never seen What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
I think
That
we had to
weird?
watch it for English.
Yeah, you can stop there, D.
No, he's never done one.
He's like, I do elite shit, and that is it.
That's why I know the movie will be all right. That's
Yeah.
why I'm not worried.
No, I'm not worried. Also, Adam McKay, like fucking, he's good. You know, him and Will Ferrell produced Succession. Would you watch Succession?
I've watched the first season.
Cuz it is such a good show. It is such a good show. I also think that its intro music is the best music of any fucking show ever.
It's fun, isn't it?
It's just so good. Like, it's just the opening credits are fantastic, and the music is just, every time I listen to it, it's like one of those things, I do not get sick of it. I could fucking listen to it every day. If you don't watch Succession, you really should. You've got a great show just sitting there with it's only in the second season, isn't it?
Third.
Third? Yep. You have 2 seasons to get through. Like, as in, it's not like you've got to go, I got to consume like 11 seasons or something. This is here. It's ready to rip. It's funny, serious, about the changing of power between the legacy media man, Rupert. It's basically based on Rupert Murdoch loosely. And, his kid's coming for like the top job. He's an aging guy. Anyway, if you haven't seen it, fucking watch it. But
How the fuck did we get onto that?
That's it. Tonya Harding. And
Tonya
and the
Harding.
French player, the French soccer thing.
French soccer,
So?
Leo?
Well, Leo's tied in there somewhere.
You said Jennifer Lawrence for
Yeah,
something.
how do I get that?
Red Notice?
Oh, breaking the leg.
Yeah.
Red
It's weird.
Sparrow. Shout out to Joel Edgerton as well, who I keep saying to Steph, that's the body I'm trying to get now. Joel Edgerton in Red Sparrow body.
There
Get
was-
him up, actually. Get Joel Edgerton shirtless in Red Sparrow.
There was a dribble, I think, on Monday that I had to cut because it wasn't very exciting, but he said you look like Jake Gyllenhaal.
Everyone says that.
I do get that.
You get that 50 times a day.
You know what? Someone actually sent me one the other day. A dribbler.
Type in,
Shirtless Red Sparrow. I don't need him just shirtless. I need him in Red Sparrow shirtless. You would have thought it'd be fucking just coming up quicker. But anyway, I mean, you can still see. I reckon that's attainable. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to become Thor.
no. That's attainable. mate.
That's fucking
I'll
attainable.
back you in.
Well, I mean, yeah, don't
Well, I
don't
don't
put
know
any
if I'll
money
back
on
you
it.
in.
Don't back me in.
In fact, I won't.
No,
back you in.
don't back me in.
Retract my back.
Don't back me in. Just agree that it is attainable.
Of course, anything's attainable if you apply yourself.
Yes.
Is it attainable for you? Realistically, probably not. That's all right. That's all
I don't
right.
know.
That's all right.
Jennifer Lawrence, my God. Bring us home with the crocodile thing,
All
Dave.
right. This is a great story, great Australian story. So, a queen.
Get Joel Edgerton off the screen. It's distracting me.
So we're in Queensland, Cape York. 60-year-old man was fishing on his property on the banks of a remote part of the Mackayver River near Hopevale, which is near the top of Queensland. He saw a bull standing on part of the bank that he wanted to fish from, so he shooed the bull away. And as he was about to cast his line, a crocodile lunged out of the water, knocked him over, clamped his jaws around his boots and started dragging him down the bank. The guy grabbed a mangrove tree branch and held on, eventually lost strength and let go. Crocodile was continuing to pull him into the river. Then the guy got out his pocket knife, stabbed the crocodile in the head repeatedly, and it let go, and the guy scrambled up to the bank. He then drove himself to Cooktown Hospital, and then he was flown from there to Cairns.
With what injuries?
Bites on his leg, I would assume.
I don't understand why you're standing on a fucking riverbank the crocs are in. Don't you reckon you just become, like, humans are so adaptable, I don't know if that's the right word, but like, we become comfortable in uncomfortable situations very quickly, or like we get used to them. So it's like, oh yeah, there's fucking a global pandemic. And we're like, when it first hit, everyone's wigging the fuck out. And then eventually you go, okay, we can fucking live with this. Like, the idea of being, if I go like, oh yeah, there's crocodiles in that river, I'd be going, well, I'm not going fucking near it. If I live on that property my entire life, by the end of it, I'm probably fucking dipping a toe in every once in a while.
Yeah, I hear you. But Crocs aren't to be fucked with.
No, they're not.
Crocs take souls.
Crocs are
the time.
dinosaurs, dude.
Dude, Crocs are old as fuck. They know how to kill. They've been killing a long time.
That's all they do.
They've refined their ability. Think about this. Look how good we are at yarning after 5 years.
Imagine if we've been doing 400 million.
There you go. Now you've got an insight into how good the Croc is at killing. Like, people jump in watering holes with Crocs in them, with signs that's saying Crocs in these waters.
Yeah, dude.
And then people go disappearing and their wives are like, oh, he just went for a quick swim. It's like, yeah, your husband was a dead shit though. He might be dead and that's terrible.
That's sad. I feel sorry for you.
But he
RIP.
wasn't a big thinker.
No, he's a fucking idiot. And you reap what you sow.
You do. You made your bed, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
You jumping in that fucking croc-infested water was you making your bed, and now you're lying it.
You've got to fucking
And
lie
if, if lying it means lying in the stomach of a fucking fully grown fucking 6 meter croc.
Yeah. And you know what? That
So
croc
bad.
shouldn't be hunted down and put down.
No.
euthanized. That was
What's the croc done wrong?
nothing. Croc's doing crocodile shit.
Like, if you put up signs that said humans around here, crocs don't eat them, I'm sure he'd obey.
Of course he would.
Those signs up there.
He knows where his fucking land is.
That's right.
It says in the article that the crocodile was attracted to that particular part of the water because the bull was there. And so the guy shooed away the bull, meaning that the crocodile was sitting there waiting for his prey, and this bloke just come up and said, piss off.
So the croc was coming for the bull.
That's why he was drawn to that part of the river, apparently.
Well, that makes sense.
So crocs can pull bulls into the water. Bulls are big.
I mean, he would have had a crack. Crocs will have a crack.
Well, that's what you know about crocs.
Crocs will have a crack.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Have a crack.
They'll have a crack. It may not happen for them, but also Crocs can
Imagine
get humongous. Can you
Imagine seeing yourself getting dragged into the water by a crocodile.
seeing a crocodile like on the other end of your foot, just shaking?
No
you?
one around. The mangrove tree you're just holding onto has
Yeah.
failed.
Well, your hands are fucking slipping. You're like, if I let go of this tree, I'm croc poo. What's the biggest croc in Australia? If you give it to me in feet, I will throw you out of the building.
The longest bred in captivity, or the largest,
Nah,
sorry.
wild. Largest caught in the wild.
No, wild.
Fuck captivity, bro.
I was about to give it to you in feet.
Give it to me in feet as well.
Okay, 20 feet 3 inches, which is about 6.5 meters, and
6 meters, aren't you?
2,000 pounds, which is 907 kilos.
That's big boy shit. There are some crocodiles that you see caught, like, I don't know if it's around the world in Australia, but like the span of their back is like over a meter across. Like they're a meter thick. You getting us some photos of big croc?
Yeah.
Some big thickies.
Dude, you hate seeing them killed, but I get it as well. I get it in certain situations.
Steve Irwin was a motherfucker for going toe-to-toe with these boys.
Yeah. To be called the crocodile hunter, like, you got to be a wild bit of gear. But have you seen as well, there's like
Dude, look at the fucking size of those things.
Yeah. You don't stand a chance if one of them grabs onto your boot. Unless
Crocodiles
you have a
are no joke.
No, bro. No. And look how small they are when they start. Like, their size they get up to.
Joke. Look at that.
This one, did you see this video?
Is this
They're
a
alligators,
gator?
though.
Yeah, that's a gator.
Gators are lame, dude. Crocodiles fucking shit all over gators.
Crocodiles absolutely fucking ravage gators. Gators still big, though.
Gators are big, but gators aren't crocs, dude.
No.
Crocs are not to be fucked with.
But yeah, I don't know exactly what it is, but there's like video footage of dudes like who swim in croc-infested rivers, and it's like, if you don't act like prey, if you act like you're swimming around with them, they're pretty chill.
I wouldn't test it.
There's like,
What? So if you don't thrash about,
if you're like, there's guys in there in the water swimming around like the bottom of the fucking river with them, and there's crocs like just sort of propped down there. And I don't know how big these bastards are, but I just know I've seen it.
not for me, mate.
No, not for me.
That's
either.
outrageous.
Anyway, look, I don't think we need to fucking get the video up. I think that's us.
That's us and that's the Crocs.
That's us. That's the Crocs.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Love yous all. Bye.
Could you two just not talk anymore?